Mercer, the Assistant Fitness Director here at HUD, and this is.
Mike Hildebrand, the Corporate Fitness Works intern here at HUD.
We will be presenting Keep It Moving When on the Move today, staying active during a busy summer schedule and travel.
All right, so first off, we have listed some common reasons that people don't work out. One we hear a lot is my schedule is too busy with work. Another is I have to travel for my job. Fitting it into my schedule outside of kids. Working out is boring. And one of the main ones that we hear is I don't have time or energy to do it. And now for the important part, why people do work out. So working out can be a mental release. So any stress that you have throughout the day, whether it's dealing with your kids, dealing with work, working out can be a physical and mental stress release. They enjoy the feeling that they get after their workout. So all of your positive chemicals release after you're done working out, and you get a sense of joy. You get a happy feeling after workout. So whether you're sad or mad or uninspired throughout the day, fit in a nice workout throughout the day can make you feel happy and motivated. So some other things that people enjoy throughout a workout is that it builds confidence. So it allows you to also have some me time, and fitness can boost self-esteem and have a positive self-image.
So let's talk on where to start, and let's talk about making a plan. Thinking of being smart with your goal setting and being successful with reaching those goals that you may have. SMART is actually an acronym, and you want to think of it as the S is specific, the what, why, and how of that goal. Let's take, for instance, we'll say to lose 5 pounds by the summertime in 6 months. You have different aspects of the what, why, and how of when you want to reach the goal and everything. And the second one is measurable. One that is meaningful and motivating. So you want to ask yourself, how will you process this goal? So you have your goal, you want to lose your 5 pounds in 6 months. How will you process this goal? You may say, I'm going to walk every day after work, or I'm going to start eating more greens and vegetables, 2 or 3 servings in my meals. Thirdly, attainable. Can the goal be attained? Is it a realistic goal? We can say that to lose 5 pounds by the summertime in 6 months, that may be a realistic goal or an attainable goal. Instead, if we were to say to lose 10 pounds in a week, we know that that may be a little more dramatic or drastic in trying to reach that goal. And then relevant is the R. Is weight loss relevant to you in your life right now? Choose something that will motivate you for your life right now. We want to ask ourselves, is the goal, is it fitting in our plans right now? And then lastly is timely. What is the deadline? Is it too little or is it too much? If we had a goal of to lose 2 pounds in 2 years, we know that we may not, it's a part of knowing yourself. We may not be motivated to reach that goal because it's a lot of time. So it may be more motivational to cut the time down and reach that 2-pound goal that you have. There are also different types of goals. We have outcome goals, which looks at the big picture. An example would be losing 20 pounds or running in a 5K race. And then secondly, you have your process goals, which is the process of getting you to that outcome goal. The process goal may be I will go to the gym 4 times a week, or I will walk 2 miles every day. It's that process to get you to that big picture there. And then lastly, we've stated to focus on the process and not the results. So this is a good thing because you want to kind of, if you're not, let's say you run a 5K and you feel like you didn't do as well as you wanted to, focusing on the process to say, okay, I'm not going to quit on that goal. I'm going to keep going. What do I need to change within that goal to make sure that I reach that goal? Okay. And it's also important to find what will keep you motivated to that goal that you have. There's different type of motivational rewards that we have. There are extrinsic rewards which make the benefits of working out tangible. Weight loss and better health are types of extrinsic rewards. However, there are also different like fun types that you can add within the extrinsic reward to say, if I work out five times a week, that I will treat myself to a frozen yogurt or something fun that maybe you have, making yourself work out for what you'd like out of that workout. And then once you form a habit with working out, intrinsic rewards will come into play. Over time, your brain can make the link that working out is worthwhile. This is a result of the habit loop. You start to work out because you feel good, or it gives you more energy at work, or because you're able to run with your kids, something that's on the inside of you that makes how it makes you feel with working out. Signing a commitment contract. This may motivate some people. I would say to tell your friends or tell people who are in your circle, in a sense. It could serve as accountability, clarity, and motivation. Those type of people can motivate you to keep going. Or you may feel obligated to say, well, since I've told someone, I need to reach this goal. And there are also, lastly, there's a PACT program, which is a community of fellow exercises that pays you to work out, which is interesting. We actually found online. And then
Bypassing the lazy river. So summer's coming, and so how can we stay motivated to work out throughout the summer? So this is a good quote. It's not about having enough time, it's about making enough time. So one thing that's important when you're starting an exercise routine is to plan for it. So one of the ways that you can start to plan for it is to take all of the urgent and important things on your calendar and add exercise into that part of your calendar. So the less urgent and the less important things, don't do those right away. Stick with and block out time in your schedule for exercise. And if you're just getting started, don't pick 60 minutes or an hour and a half. Try and start small. So just 5 minutes, because your health is important. So those same things that you're doing that are important on your calendar, add exercise to those as well. And try and stick to it at the beginning. All right, just 5 minutes of walking can lead to 30 minutes of walking later down the line, just a few weeks later. So some other things that are fun to do are try to exercise socially. So try and gather a group of friends or take a group exercise class because that allows you to be held accountable and you can hold others accountable. And also exercising with family. So the whole family can get fit, the whole family can exercise, and that's another way to make it fun and enjoyable, but also to hold you accountable, exercising with others. And then you can take the exercise on the road, so you don't have to go to a gym to work out. If you don't like lifting weights, just try walking around the neighborhood, or maybe you enjoy cycling. Try to go mountain biking on the weekend, or walking around the HUD building, or something outside can make it more fun to work out. Staying active at work. So while you're at the workday, some ideas to stay active are to, rather than take the elevator, try taking the stairs. Rather than sending an email to a colleague, try to walk over to them so you can get some more social activity throughout the day, but it also keeps you moving. You can also keep track of your progress if you have a Fitbit, or even writing it down on a notepad, because that allows you to be motivated by keeping track of your progress, and then you can try and do a little bit more and a little bit more every day. Some other good ideas are to try and stand up and stretch about every 30 minutes if you can, just to reverse the hunched over posture that you're in when you're at a desk all day. Some other interesting ideas are to, if you can go on a coffee run throughout the day. So take a couple of colleagues and go on a coffee run. See where some close by coffee shops are, and take some colleagues out for coffee, and that'll add another extra exercise throughout your day. So just try and stay moving throughout the workday between standing up to stretch. You can park your car a little bit further away and walk towards the entrance. All these little additions can help you to exercise more and live a healthier and more fit lifestyle. This is a sample desk routine. So like I was talking about the hunched over posture that you get from working at a computer, it's good to stand up and stretch, but also even if you can't find time throughout the day to stand up, you can do a lot of these stretches just sitting at your table, and it'll make your shoulders, your back, and your posture feel much better. And it's important just to keep the blood flowing. It'll help you breathe better. So we give you a sample routine here. So we have just some various shoulder stretches, some back stretches, and some neck stretches that you can do throughout the day.
So we know that summertime is near, and traveling with family or traveling for work and keeping you busy during that summertime. So here are some ways to stay active during your travel. Walking before you fly, maybe walking in the airport while you're waiting for waiting for your flight to go. Sightseeing on a bicycle, and different things that you can do while actually on your trip. I know that there are different bike shares in this area. I'm sure they have some in other areas as well. Kind of going sightseeing on a bike with your family. Try something new. Enjoy outdoors, maybe zip lining, biking, playing tennis with your family, and just doing different things, getting those steps in. I know a lot of us, we like going in the mall and shopping. Those are an excuse to get steps in and walking with your family. And if driving, plan a stop to get out and stretch during different, our hips may get stiff, and we may get tight from being in the car for a while. So plan those rest stops and plan those times to get out and actually walking. Other activities that you can do on travel is, once you're in your hotel, maybe taking a run outside of the hotel facility, swimming in the hotel pool, or, playing with your family, maybe playing a hotel pool game. Do a workout in your hotel room. Doing a circuit in the hotel fitness center, and picking a fun activity one day of your trip, like tennis with your family, or maybe going on a nature trail or things as such.
Here's some healthy eating habits. So one of the important things for healthy eating is to try and consume most of your diet to come from plant-based foods. So whether it's fruits or vegetables or legumes like peas and lentils, you want most of your foods to come from things that come from plants. Another healthy eating habit is to consume a lot of color and variety in your diet. So don't just eat chicken, rice, and broccoli every day. Try and consume some carrots and some more colorful variety to your diet. That way you're getting all of the vitamins and minerals and nutrients that you need. And it also makes it more interesting to eat healthy. And you can find some meals and some recipes online that will taste better, and you'll also be healthier in doing so. A major thing is keeping an eye on your portions. So rather than eating a full plate of pasta or rice with your chicken, try and eat a smaller amount. So it's oftentimes better to eat smaller portions throughout the day rather than larger meals, because those larger meals can carry with it a lot of calories. So just watch your portion sizes, especially when you go out to eat at a restaurant. They sometimes give you mountains of food, and you don't necessarily need all of that food, especially if you're not staying active throughout the day. And then two things that generally go together is limiting the highly processed foods and getting rid of trans fats. So let's say that you go out and they have the option between a baked potato and French fries. Well, the French fries are fried, So that's going to be processed, whereas the baked potato is in its natural state. It's going to have all the vitamins and nutrients in it that it should. And when you fry it in a deep fryer, it's going to take all of those vitamins and nutrients out, and it could possibly add trans fat as well. All right, so try and eat foods from their natural plant-based states. Um, Another thing to keep an eye on is the refined grains and added sugars. So especially with things like Coca-Cola or anything where it's going to be processed or refined, these are things that you would generally find in the center of a grocery store. So it's a good idea when you're at the grocery store to try and walk around the aisles, the outside of the grocery store, rather than going through the aisles. Sometimes there are some things that are healthy in the aisles, but if you can first start your trip walking around the outside of the grocery store, that's generally where they keep all the unprocessed and non-refined foods.
Good.
Here's some good travel meal tips. So one of the big things is that healthy eating starts where you stop. So maybe it's easy to stop at a McDonald's or a KFC or anything where it's going to be, fried foods or processed foods. See if you can find a grocery store. They're generally, close around the same fast food restaurants. See if you can find a grocery store and find some healthy eating options at the prepared foods aisle or something similar to that. Maybe you can get a rotisserie chicken with some vegetables. And grocery stores are always going to be a better option than, let's say, like a fast food restaurant. Or if you have to go to a restaurant or eat quick, try and, gear towards more, the Subways or something where you can get a healthy sandwich with some vegetables on it. Another good way is to eat more frequently and in smaller amounts. So if you're not as hungry, so sometimes we eat with our eyes and we don't eat with our stomachs. So if you want to, if you eat more frequently, you're going to feel more full, and then you won't necessarily have that giant portion in your meal. So eat smaller meals more frequently, and then your gut will stay more full throughout the day, and that will limit your portion sizes. Also, packing snacks so you're not skipping meals. So when you pack snacks, you can cut up some carrots and some celery. You can pack things like a nice granola bar, some raisins, some fruits, and just put it in a container. You bring a cooler along with you, or just pack it up in some Ziploc bags. These are great ways to, rather than having to stop for something unhealthy, now you already know that you have a healthy meal choice, and that might get you a little bit further to being able to stop at the grocery store rather than feeling starving and stopping at a fast food restaurant. Avoid feel-bad foods. So the feel-bad foods are things like your McDonald's and your Wendy's and anything where it feels good to satisfy the hunger, but afterwards you're like, oh, I'm slow, I feel lethargic, I don't feel very good. So stay away from those foods because they add a whole bunch of, not only are they not nutritious, but they also add a whole bunch of calories that you don't necessarily need, and you definitely don't need them frequently. And another great tip is if you drink lots of water, it'll satisfy your hunger as well. So make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Sometimes we can mistake dehydration for hunger. And so we just continue to eat and eat, but what our body really needs is more water. So drink plenty of water throughout the day.
Good stuff.
And some healthy tips dining out. So the first one that I'm going to mention is to be deliberate when you're ordering. So try and have a plan if you can. If you know where you're going to stop in for dining out, try and see if you can go online and look up the menu of the place that you're going to stop at. See if there's some options that you know are going to be healthy. So if there's a salad option, make sure that it has, so the salad's a vegetable, make sure that you can add vegetables onto it. Make sure that it's not a cream dressing if you can. And it's always a good idea to ask for the dressing on the side. And another good idea is to always have the salad with a protein, because the salad isn't going to necessarily satisfy your hunger. If you add a protein with a little bit of fat on top of it and maybe an oily dressing, that's a good amount of fat. And with the protein and the vegetables, now you have a good variety of a meal. So it'll be healthy, you'll get all the nutrients that you need, and it'll also keep you full longer. Another thing that I put down is when ordering a sandwich, try to add veggies onto it. So some veggies are all condiments. It's just mayonnaise and your ketchups and whatever else, ranch dressings. And so try and steer clear of sandwiches like that, or if they're just all meats and not really nutrient-dense foods, try and add veggies on it. So you can always try and add your lettuces and your tomatoes. And then when choosing your condiments, try and stick with ketchup, mustard, a relish, or a salsa, something that's not as fatty as like a creamy salad dressing or some of the other stuff that they put on sandwiches. And just be conscientious of what you're putting into your body. So if you had a big lunch and you haven't done much activity for the day, you might not need to have a big dinner. So, if you have a big lunch, try and have a lighter dinner. And the opposite way is true also. So if you have a big dinner throughout the day, or if you're going to go out for dinner and you want to maybe have something a little bit more filling and you're not in the mood for a salad, maybe try and have a smaller lunch. Now you can spare yourself a few calories so you can use them for the dinner.
All right, so travel workout samples. We do have a sample here of what you can do in your hotel facility. We have a video of some convenient exercises that you can do in your room. That will be accessible after this. We'll put our contact information. We can send you that. Even if you are traveling over the summer, we'll put our information at the end. That way you can feel free to email us with any questions, but also feel free to email us with, hey, send us, hey, I'm working out. I'd like to work on this area or full body. Can you send me a workout while I travel? Feel free to do that, and we'll be able to do that as well. We have a dumbbell circuit here, about 3 sets of 10 to 15, hitting your back and shoulders, lower body, more shoulders, and push-ups and mountain climbers. This workout gets some strength in there, but it also includes some cardio to get your heart rate up and things like that. So that's that there. But like I said, also feel free to email us. Let us know if you'd like any workouts while you travel in your hotel room. And like I said, that concludes our presentation today. If you have any questions, feel free to email either myself, Elise, or Michael here. Feel free to ask any questions that you have. That is it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for coming.